Hello students, once again welcome to the online classes with Tina Motwani, and today let's get transported to the third level. Before moving on to the story, let's have a look at the information about the author. Walter Braden Jack Finney was a very famous American author. His life spanned from October 2, 1911 to 14th November 1995. He is very much known for his thrillers and science fiction like The Body Snatchers and Time and Again. And after this thing, we will have a look at the Pictionary I have prepared for you because there are certain words which are difficult in the story. So let's have a look at this also.
This is a famous quote by Jack Finney. Maybe I live in what is for me the wrong time. Another quote by him. As Einstein himself pointed out, he said, "We are like people in a boat without oars, drifting along a winding river. Around us, we see only the present. We can't see the past, back in the bends and curves behind us, but it's there." Illinois. Illinois is a Midwestern state of USA bordering Indiana in the east and the Mississippi River in the west. Nicknamed the Prairie State, it's marked by farmland, forest, rolling hills, and wetlands. Galesburg. It is this place that Charlie wishes to escape to. The city of Galesburg is located on Interstate 74 in northwest Illinois and is approximately 50 miles east of Mississippi River. Grand Central Station, also known as Grand Central Terminal, is the commuter rail terminal located at 42nd Street and Park Avenue in Midtown Manhattan, New York City. Carrier and Ives. Carrier and Ives was a successful American printmaking firm based in New York City from 1835 to 1907, headed first by Nathaniel Carrier and later jointly with his partner James Marriott Ives. So you can see in this picture a locomotive with the prints of this company, Carrier and Ives. Brass spittoons. A spittoon is a bowl or other container that's made for spitting into. Spittoons are fairly old fashioned. In the late 19th and early 20th centuries, it was common to find public spittoons, usually made of brass. The World. The World was a leading newspaper published in New York City from 1860 until 1931. And here you can see a palm leaf fan, then a derby hat, open flame gaslight. Now, what is handlebar mustache? You can see the Bollywood actor with handlebar mustache, a wide, thick mustache with the end curving slightly upwards. Leg of mutton sleeves. A pattern of sleeves. The leg of mutton sleeve is wide at upper sleeve and close fitting at the wrist. This fashion reached the height of popularity in 1830s. Now what are sleeve protectors? You can see in the image it's a cover over sleeves worn by workers or clerks to avoid soiling their shirt sleeves or to avoid any injury. Sideburns. Sideburns are the strips of hair grown by a man down each side of the face in front of his ears. Waistwatch. You can see in the picture, it's an old fashioned watch carried in the vest pocket. Philately. The collection and study of postage stamps. So, philately is a hobby for many. First day cover, there is a reference of this also in the story. A first day cover is a postage stamp on a cover, postal card, or stamped envelope franked on the first day the issue is authorized for use within the country or territory of the stamp issuing authority. Stamp collectors buy the new stamp and then use them to mail envelopes to themselves on the very first day of the sale. The new stamp gets the postmark and the date also, and then they keep it in their stamp collection without opening it. And this may contain a blank paper too.
At this juncture, let's watch a clipping from Harry Potter series to see how he gets transported to another world, to a different life through this platform 9 3/4, which
What are
perhaps
you looking at?
is a non-existent one.
Blimey, is that the time? Sorry, Harry, I'm going to have to leave you. Dumbledore will be wanting his, well, he'll be wanting to see me. Now, your train leaves in 10 minutes. Here's your ticket. Stick to it, Harry. That's very important. Stick to your ticket.
Platform 9. But Hagrid, there must be a mistake. This is platform 9 3/4. There's no such thing, is there?
Sorry.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
That's right on your left, madam.
Excuse me, sir. Can you tell me where I might find platform 9 3/4?
9 3/4? Think you're being funny, do you?
It's the same every
9
year,
3/4.
packed with muggles, of course. Come on,
Muggles.
platform 9 3/4 this way.
All right, Percy. You first. Fred, you next.
He's not Fred, I am. Honestly, woman, you call yourself our mother.
Oh, I'm sorry, George.
I'm only joking. I am Fred.
Excuse me.
Could you tell me how to
get onto the platform? Not to worry, dear. It's Ron's first time to Hogwarts as well. Now, all you've got to do is walk straight at the wall between platforms 9 and 10. Best do it at a bit of a run if you're nervous. Good luck.
Okay, students, so all set to get transported to the third level? Fine, the third level is a perfect blend of reality and fantasy, a mixture of science and fiction. Now, the previous session we had the story The Adventure, Professor Kytondi. What did he do? He was witnessing two parallel realities at the same time. So, a shift of electron can trigger the movement from one phase of present to the other phase. It means in the present only, he was witnessing two different realities. And when you read this particular lesson, the third level, you will find there is a correlation between the two. After reading the text and after watching this video, it will be clear to you, I believe so. So the third level is a story of an ordinary American guy named Charlie. He's 31 years old and he's a daily commuter. Now, one night he was late from his work, he was returning home and he was late. He thought that rather than taking the bus, I should take a subway from the Grand Central station and I'll reach home faster. So he reaches the Grand Central station. Now, for the whole world, there were two levels of the Grand Central Terminal or Grand Central Station. But Charlie witnessed the third one, the third level. Now, how did it happen? What happened? Let's see that. Usually, when Charlie went there, otherwise also when he went there, he found this Grand Central Terminal like a maze. He thought it's growing like a huge tree because there are so many subways, so many corridors that he always got confused which way he should take. And this particular day, when he was going there, he felt the same. He went to the first level, that was quite easy for him, and then from first level, he moved on to another corridor, and that led him to the second level. And then from the second level, he took the staircase, which led him to another place, and he felt as if he had come back to the second level. But to his surprise, he was on a platform or a place which was quite different from the modern world he was living in. He noticed that the men and women, they were wearing dresses which were not of the present time. Women were wearing dresses with Lego mutton sleeves, men were wearing derby hats, and there were things which he had not witnessed in the recent past, like the spittoons were there were open gas flame lights, and men with the handlebar mustaches with the sideburns and things like that. So he was confused, and he felt as if he had come back to past, but he was not sure. He could not believe his senses. So to get an assurance, he went to the paper boy, the newspaper boy, and when he went there, he saw the copy of the World, and it was dated June 11, 1894. And that was a kind of assurance that assured him that yes, he had reached a different place, the third level, and this is taking him to the past. And he was happy that from this place he could get transported to anywhere in America. So, thinking that, he went to the ticket window and he asked the clerk to give him two tickets to Galesburg. Now, Galesburg was a peaceful place, a serene place where he could spend his days in a beautiful manner with his wife Louisa. So, he asked for two tickets for himself and for his wife to Galesburg. The clerk was busy in doing the formalities and giving him the ticket. But suddenly, when clerk saw money in Charlie's hand, and the clerk said, "Don't play trick with me, because I know that people like you cheat the clerks also, and you are showing me the wrong money. This is not currency." And Charlie also noticed that the bills, the notes that were kept in the clerk's counter, they were of the past. They were quite different from the modern, the present time currency. And then, to avoid any embarrassment, Charlie thought that it is better to return right now, and he came back. So then he recounted this incident to his psychiatrist friend and other friends also, and his wife Louisa, but no one could believe him. His psychiatrist friend said that it was just an escape. Charlie wanted a relief from the grim realities of the modern life, and that's why he had hallucinated and he had imagined a place like the third level, and it did not exist at all. And he also said that your hobby of philately is also a kind of refuge from the reality. You wish to go back to the past, and it's nothing more than that. Even Louisa could not believe him, but Charlie was sure that there is the third level, and it could take him to a better place. So the next day, during the lunch break, what did he do? He went to the bank, and from there he withdrew almost all his money, almost $300. And then he went to the money exchange bank or the counter. There he asked for the old bills, and in exchange of this $300 he could get the old bills worth of 200. And taking that, immediately he went to the Grand Central Station. But to his dismay, to his disappointment, he never found the third level again. So Charlie was definitely disappointed that he could not find the third level again. His wife also said that there's no such place as the third level on the Grand Central Station, and definitely you can't move back to the past. So leave all these thoughts. And Charlie took to philately once again. He got busy in his stamp collection work and all, and the days passed. But suddenly one day a news came which assured the existence of the third level. What was that news? The news was Sam Weiner, Charlie's friend, went missing. He disappeared suddenly. No one knew where. And but Charlie thought that Sam had found the third level because Sam and Charlie had long conversations, and Charlie had described Galesburg to Sam, and Sam always wished to go back to this place. He also wanted to move to that place. So now it was clear to Louisa and Charlie that third level existed, but they also were in a search. They were looking for it, and they continued their hunt. And one day, what happened when Charlie was busy with his stamp collection, and he was just going through his collection, he found a first day cover. He had never noticed that earlier, and that stamp collection had been inherited by him, and that was the collection of his grandfather. So when he found that first day cover, he saw the date. It was of July 1894. And when he opened it, there was a blank, instead of a blank slip, there was this letter from Sam. It was addressed to Charlie, and it said that finally I have found the third level and I've reached Galesburg 2 weeks ago only, and this is a beautiful place and everyone has the leisure time. The environment is serene and I'm enjoying it and I'm happy here. You also keep trying to find this place, the third level, and come soon here, and I'll be happy to receive you here. After reading this letter, the next day Charlie went to the money exchange office and he inquired, and he got to know that recently Sam had gone to the place and he had got the old bills in exchange of $800 of the present currency. And then Charlie thought that definitely this money would give a good start to Sam in setting up the new business, as Sam always wanted to have a hay and grain business instead of his present business. What was his present business? Yes, he was a psychiatrist. He was Charlie's friend, the same psychiatrist with whom Charlie had discussed about the third level. And here the story ends. So you see how beautifully and with great ease and finesse Jack Finney blends the two: science and fiction, reality and fantasy, and then time and space. Perfect blend of these elements, is there in this particular story. Now Sam could not write to Charlie, he being in past, and he had to inform Charlie of his arrival, of that he had reached this place, Killsburg. So Sam wrote to Charlie's grandfather in the past only, in the form of the first day cover that was not opened at all, and then Charlie opened it in the present time, and he got this letter from the stamp collection of his grandfather. So from the past you have traveled to the present, and the time when Charlie had gone to the third level, that was crossing the boundaries and going from the present to the past time and traveling with the space from one space to the other space. So this is an intersection of time and space also. A figment of your imagination can take you to back, and at the same time you can move to future also. So shuttling between present and past, moving between the two arenas. All these things have been beautifully combined in this tale of an American person who was living in 1950s, an era of disillusionment. It can be a tale of any person who was not happy with that particular situation, was living in the modern times. There are other perspectives from which we can look at the story, like it can be a psychological refuge for Charlie to look for the third level, and for Sam as well, who had already reached Galesburg. The hobbies that we take to, what are they? They are also a medium of taking us from the mundane real life to a better imaginary world, or a world of imagination, you can say. That there can be layers of interpretations, and you too can have your own interpretation of the story the way you want to read between the lines. And I hope you um, have a better understanding of the third level. And with this, I take your leave. Thank you so much.